Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. We're going to pick up right where we left off. You have just gotten back to Shona.
Again.
Once more with feeling, we arrive at the grand city of Shona. Burke in tow. And so, let me go ahead and pull up the city. The city is, well, unchanged since you last saw it.
It's like less than a week ago.
Yeah. Actually, it's only been like 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and roll me a d8.
She's not trying to make anything out of this. She's just like, we're going to the tram station. We're leaving. I rolled a 5.
Okay. Okay. It is an overcast day. Though, based on what you've seen around Shona before, you somehow doubt that there is going to be much rain. At least at this far up inland, away from the delta. The city itself is just as bustling and busy as you recall. It is early in the morning as you arrive. It's about 8 o'clock. The guards all are doing their summary, like, looking over everyone who is entering, and you watch as carts are pulled up to the gates and briefly inspected. There are no, like, intensive searches or anything like that. But there is a notable presence that you may have noticed last time. There are Aurelian military. Not in the actual city itself, but there are camps of soldiers that are preparing to move westward, and they have been set up outside the main streets of Shona. You do recognize a number of the officers around those camps. They are either astride or tending to horses that you recognize having come from inside Shona.
Yeah.
So, you suspect this is just all part of the Velostro and the Girano tending and training of their officers and military presence, as they were talking about not so long ago when you were performing your investigations, and that was all a powder keg of topic of conversation.
Yeah.
So, as you and your party are approaching, the city guards acknowledge you. You are recognized faces this time, so you are not stopped. And you enter the city of Shona. On you go.
The tram station.
Okay. Hold on. The tram station, which, if you recall, always sends a tram south to Augur City every 3 days. Today is one of them.
Oh. Woohoo!
Yeah.
If she recalls when they scouted this place out previously, like what line they actually need to go in, she would expedite that process as best she could.
You've gotten here fairly early, and while today is the day the trams leave, there is still quite a line of people.
Or a size.
Yep. It's the nature of the beast. But it is a much shorter line than it was the last time you were here. Mostly likely due to time of day and the fact that it's working hours right now. A lot of people are doing their day jobs. But as you and your allies all file in line, let me go ahead and pull that up here. Okay. The sounds of the Shona station for the Silver Express. Well, it's crammed and busy, and there's lots of trams that are pulling in, and they are much smaller ones than the Silver Express. You recognize by the signs that they are listing that they are heading to other places. There is one that's heading northwards to Quarterstone. There is one that is heading much, much eastwards. This is probably the smallest tram that you've seen, and it looks more like it's a freight tram. And you suppose that because there's no passenger cars. You just see like this big overhead crane loading these crates into it. You have a lot of time to kill as you're waiting in line, so you're just kind of looking at what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you spot something that you didn't spot the last time you were here. There is a plaque. A large, black, like onyx placard that is set up over the far entrance, over the tram rails. It's like the far northern wall. And you see that it has gold lettering on it. And it...
Did you read it from where she is?
Oh, yeah, it's got big letters.
Okay.
It says, and it appears to be like maybe a letter or a dedication. It starts, King Strongarm, for your aid in reparations after our time of trouble, we gift you this technology so that your world might be as small as ours. Lord Erevan.
Oh, yes, the tram was a gift from Saris, because that's where the trams were made first.
Yes. You see that there is an embellished, like, beautiful scrollwork image of the Silver Express beneath this placard. You're not really sure how you missed this the first time, but that's probably because you never actually got up to the counter. You got what information you needed and then left. But as you're waiting in line, your party's all kind of standing around, and Lois says, I didn't know that. I probably should have known that.
You didn't know that the tram was a gift from King Erevan?
No. I guess I never really gave it much thought. I didn't ever care.
Sure. Well, yeah. I knew because that's just part of education, I suppose. It's the specific one that I got anyways.
I was educated.
I know. You were hoity-toity too.
Yeah, I was. Did your tutors ever have to go over, like, complicated mathematics?
Yeah, of course.
I hated
part
it.
Of magic. Oh, well, yeah. I can see how it might not have been fun for you to do that.
What bothered me the most was...
enjoyed it.
I bet you did. The tutors were always talking about how much fun it was to solve these puzzles in their head.
Well, they were right?
No, they're fucking idiots. That shit sucked.
Oh.
You had... Well. You... Okay. Nerd. Perhaps if my tutor had spent less time, flagellating about how awesome math is and had actually, like, tried to explain it, I might have actually learned anything.
I mean... But now I'm here and I can do all the math.
Yes, you can.
That's what a party's for. You shore up each other's weaknesses with your strengths.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I remember... what was his name? I don't remember his name, but he was an artificer student, and he would show up in the paladin classroom, and... Well, I think he left, actually. I don't think he actually finished. No, maybe he did. I don't remember.
Lorna's just like nodding. Sure, why not? Did I meet any of the artificer students?
I don't think you did, at least not any more than like a summary glance. But you can roll a history if you want to try and...
Sure. I rolled pretty well. 24.
Okay.
I guess I forgot to sync up my BTT.
With a 24, you remember there was an artificer student that you might have met like once or twice. His name was Sean.
Mm-hmm.
He was The human kind of sounded Can.
Sean? She volunteers.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, every time he showed up, he kept on being like, hey, you have the potential to be a great, crafter. You should show up. I think he was just hitting on me, to be honest, and had no idea how to do it. Because I cannot tell you how wrong a tree that was he was barking up.
Wow. Lorna just kind of puts her hands up. Who knows?
I remember that. I thought he was talking to me.
Maybe he was hitting on both of you.
Anscombe glances at Lilith, and Lilith glances at Anscombe. They both went, nah, at the same time. I mean, I'm not that I'm opposed to, I'm flattered, really. But I'm pretty boring, I guess. Is that your way of saying straight?
I think that is. I think that's how he said it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. But I mean, everyone I run into nowadays is into both, or more.
It's just nice to have options.
She's not wrong. I just don't see the appeal. Okay, it's just.
It's okay, buddy.
It's just not attractive.
You're good and you're spoken for, so it's fine. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, I don't even have to worry about it. What am I? He just kind of folds his arms and leans back. I think.
That's right. We'll just pat his back.
I think you're just a little embarrassed that a guy might have been hitting on you.
And that he didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty funny.
Shut up. Both of you. That's not funny at all.
I mean, did you ever notice when Tier hits on you?
What? Tier doesn't hit on me.
Frequently, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I have. Mostly just to see if, you notice.
You would notice?
Okay. No.
Anscombe's learning some things today.
He has a clear blush on his face. Just his cheeks are
Aw.
slightly darker green as he's looking pointedly forward.
Sweet boy.
What can I say? He's a tall piece of man.
I agree with your assessment.
Yeah, I know you do. Okay. I mean, yes. Anscombe, you're a good-looking guy.
I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Skolna shrugs.
I'll take that as agreement, too.
Your party all seems to agree that Anscombe is relatively handsome.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And as the time passes, you do finally arrive at the counter, where this concierge at the Silver Express tram station looks at you and says, "Hello, how can I help you today?"
Hi, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Is it just for 7 tickets to Augur City?
Do you know? Are you asking?
Well, so she kind of points at Irvine. Does he need a ticket?
The concierge looks over at Irvine. Yeah, he's big enough that we'd need an actual section aside for him, if that's all right.
Then 8. Yes, so
8 tickets.
Yep, 8 tickets, please.
Okay. Do you happen to have the coin on you right now? Or are you
Probably.
sponsored?
America?
Oh, you're a mercenary? No, I'm afraid we don't take sponsorship by a mercenary company.
Oh, all right, fine.
Each ticket's
Yeah,
8 gold
I have the
pieces,
gold.
so it's going to be 80 gold.
Ugh.
Burke immediately, slides 8 gold onto the counter around you. And as
That's
he
right, you said
retreats,
you'd
he
pay
says,
over the
I
thing.
did say I would pay for myself.
All right. She'll put the other 72 down.
Okay. Yeah, you pay for your party?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. Tier does, give you 16 gold. And he says, I can pay for me and Irvine. I appreciate it, though.
Oh, thanks.
Lilith, like, is behind you and says, "Not me, I'm mooching."
Yeah, I figured. So, is this like a just a general seating? Do we get a room? Like, what's going on here for the 8 gold?
Well, if you'd like, we can. There is room in one of the luxury carriages for another 5 gold a ticket. We can shunt you up into having an actual, like, sleeper car.
I would like
Otherwise,
that.
all
I
right.
would like that.
Burke says, "I'm good with just the straight, normal passenger car."
Okay.
But Tier's like, "Yeah, okay, we could use," and he gives you 10 gold.
Okay. So that's how many? So
Six. You need to show up.
Lorna's good at math. I'm not.
Yeah, it's so another 5 gold for per ticket, and you're not paying for Burke. So it's 5 times 6, so 30 gold.
Minus 10 for Tierra and Irving.
I already did that.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. Gotcha. Paid for it. Great.
Very nice. Then, well, most of the time you're going to be either in the passenger car or your sleeper car. Meals are brought through the passenger car 3 times a day. You place your order with the travel cart. And have you ever ridden the tram before?
Lorna's definitely ridden in the Parisian tram, right?
Yes, you've probably
There's no way
ridden the
she
one.
hasn't.
Yeah, you've probably ridden the one in Saris, but there's no way you've ridden this one.
Yeah, exactly. So she'd be like, "Oh, I've ridden the tram many times in Sarah's. Is it different?"
It's a little different. We have some different rules and regulations around here.
Oh,
Regarding
regulations.
the climate's a little different, so we have to, manage that. There's also a few checkpoints along the way. I think most cases the trams in Ceres are one-stop shop. In this case, there are a few stops. Mostly, we are at war at the moment, so every so often there will be a patrol that has to stop, inspect the cargo car. If you have any large cargo, anything larger than 50 pounds, you must announce it. Otherwise, if it's just on your person, that's fine. But luggage and such goes in the cargo car under lock and key. If you have any valuables or anything dangerous, must be declared.
Oh gosh. Okay, so she looks over herself and her party, and she's like, "All right, that's a lot of weapons that we need to just make you aware of."
Personal weapons must be declared upon boarding. There is, per car, generally it's a sergeant or a corporal, a member of the Aurelian military that has been contracted by the Silver Express Tram Company to maintain order and peace on each tram car. If you have any questions or problems, you bring your attentions to them. Otherwise, your weapons must be announced to them. If they are larger than... Generally, the argument is proportional to your person, which is generally, if it reaches above your waist, it must go in storage.
Uh, sh- she look. She's holding her staff, which is probably as tall as she is.
Yeah. She, pointedly glances at it.
Lorna, makes full eye contact, takes her bag of holding, opens it from her waist, and then just... She's like, "This is good."
It's fine if you have a place to store it, but you must announce it. You must declare you have it.
Sure, yes, I'll fill out the paperwork for it and everything else, but
Perfect.
it's not going in storage. It's going in
That's
this
fine.
bag.
This includes any sort of wrist pocket, ultra-dimensional, or magically stored items. Any of you that have secret or pacted weapons that you can summon at will, they must be declared if they are larger than you are half proportioned. And Anskin's like, okay. So, I'm going to get those forms up for you. And you're just going to fill them out real quick. And she does exactly that. She takes your gold, and then she puts this stack of paper that is freshly pressed. The paper itself is it smells unusual. For one such as you, who've been around parchment and vellum and paper your
Is
whole
it
life.
lying paper?
No, it doesn't seem like it's magical. It seems remarkably thick. It's almost like cardstock, or at least the modern equivalent of that. And as she slides it towards you, she sets a number of these fountain pens, and she says, each of you, please come. I notice that you have quite a bit of gear, so you're going to have to announce each one of you if you have anything that is proportionately half your person. And everyone but Skolna just begins to slowly fill it out.
Right, sure. Yeah, I figured that Skolna. Lorna's not even gonna glance Skolna's way. Whatever her prerogative here is, Lorna trusts that she'll be able to hide her shit. But Lorna will take her party members' larger than waist high stuff from them so that they don't have to put it into storage. It'll just go in the bag.
So that's basically all of Lolith's
A lot
weapons.
of bows. Yeah.
Yes, Tier's
big
bow.
swords.
It's Anscombe doesn't have to give you his long sword, but he does give you a great
He
sword.
just has to declare it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Where do you keep this?
On my back.
Oh.
It's not the
Right.
most efficient, but it's there just in case. Sometimes you need reach. He says as he's looking at Lilith, who's about to say something, and he's just like cutting her off. And Lilith's just like, whatever. She like hands over the longbow and stuff. The short swords that appear are not so big that it's a problem. This whole ordeal takes like a few minutes, and you begin to understand why sometimes the line would be like boom, boom, boom really fast, and then it would suddenly stop for like a good couple minutes. And mostly it seems like commoners, travelers, merchants, those sorts of people are the ones taking the tram. So they're quick.
When
and then
an adventuring party rolls up, it's like,
just,
oh my god, we have so much stuff.
That's exactly what happens. All of your stuff is declared, and so Skolna's the only one actually hiding anything. And the concierge looks at Skolna, and the concierge says, "And you, miss, are you armed?" And Skolna just shakes her head. Hang on. Oh, you must be one of them martial types, the sort that are more dangerous with their hands than with anything else. And Skolna just shrugs.
Lorna doesn't betray anything on her face. She just stands and waits for the interaction to be over.
So Skolna doesn't have to announce anything because she has successfully deceived the concierge. The rest of your party fills out the forms. All the weapons are declared. No spots have to be reserved in the cargo car because of your bags of holding. That all done, each of you is handed, with the exception of Burke, each of you is handed a ticket that has like a laminate gold press on one side of it. And then you see Burke is handed a ticket that just looks like a normal, like all paper ticket.
Sure. See you at the other side, Chief.
I'll be there. And the concierge says, "Oh, you're just going to be one car apart. And for the most part, you know, there's no problem if you're a guest in the sleeper car to have conversations with your friends and such. But when lights come out, when it's time for, you know, things to settle down and there's the noise curfew, you're going to have to sleep in the passenger car because the seats purchased are for your friends." And Burke just says, "Okay." Because he never asked.
He's a good guy.
All right, your tram boards at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you are late, the tram will not wait for you. And there is no refund if you miss the tram. So make sure you're in the tram at 1 o'clock. That is when it is leaving.
What time is it now?
You look at the clockwork clock above the entire...
Clockwork clock.
Yeah, entire hall of trams and stuff. You see it's about 10:30.
Or it just groans. Yeah, sure, okay. Great.
If you're eager to get out of here, you're welcome to enjoy the concessions here within the station.
Oh, yeah.
There's even a gift shop if you'd like to get yourself one of those toy little Earth trams.
Mm-hmm. They make those?
Of course they do.
Do they have plush ones?
I think they might have some sort of...
Lorna,
I know they have
off.
plush drivers. I know they have little plush engineers.
Oh, she's already gone.
All right, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Next. And like, so now that you're at the front of the line, you see that there's a big archway opening next to the stand, and it actually opens up into the passengers section of the station, which is much, much bigger and more open. And you kind of infiltrated this area in Augur City, though it was shaped differently. And now that you're here legally, you're not like dodging the sights of guards and stuff like that. And everyone is like, your party is kind of like, oh, like looking around at all the stuff that there is no tension about, that you're not like going to get in trouble for being seen here. And you see there are a number of concession stands that are like built into the walls, where it looks like these merchants and vendors have like purchased the space. It's as close to like airport strip mall sized like idea as you can get, but in fantasy.
Duty free.
Yeah, exactly. You see that there are a number of these long benches set out outside the concessions, and a lot of people are sitting there reading books, having conversations, just maybe waiting for their tram or waiting for the people that are on trams that are arriving. There is this annoying conductor toward the far side of the building that every like 10 minutes you just hear this shrill, just this whistle that cuts through the air. And then he announces something. And it's just like noise in the din of all this. You're not listening at all. But occasionally you catch a word like, tram of Conan or in command, just like shouts it incredibly loudly. And with this ridiculous like intonation that you wouldn't understand what he was saying.
Anywhere else.
Yeah, it's just that guy. Like they fucking went and hired this guy to be an annoying sounding conductor just for when these trams are coming in. And as you are like walking through the concessions and stuff, next to you Skolna says, I want to stab that man.
I think that's a very reasonable feeling. I could hit him with Lorna's lip lock.
Skolna shakes her head.
Yeah, that's not a good idea, but we both want to do something that we know we're not supposed to.
Skolna nods.
You could maybe take something from his pocket.
He's kind of like on a raised platform. Like,
You get the challenge.
Skolna just shakes her head.
Ooh, wait. This isn't discounting you're reasonable not to pickpocket it from him, but I was wondering, you know that little mechanical mouse that we got for you in Siren's Respite?
Hold on.
Pulling up the BTT again.
Yep. Okay, so those of you listening don't know this, but we just had a huge technical crash. But
It was
we're
great.
back. We're back. You have just asked Skolna if she still has the mechanical mouse familiar. And Skolna reaches into her pack over her shoulder and then withdraws the tiny little clockwork mouse. You see the tail is like slowly winding as if the mouse itself is active and waiting for a command or something. And Skolna just looks at you and nods.
I imagine he's too small to steal things or take things, but do you get any other use out of him?
Skolna nods, and then she says, I can hear through him. It's useful.
Oh, I can only imagine the kind of information you may have overheard.
She nods.
Anything particularly funny?
Skolna considers for a moment, and then she nods.
Lorna looks expectantly.
Roll a persuasion check.
Really good. 26.
With a
Share some gossip,
26, Skolna glances at the other party members who are around and looking, but not super close. And Skolna just says, Nora called Tier Thierry.
Lorna just kind of clasps a hand over her mouth. I'm imagining probably not anymore, huh?
Skolna shakes her head.
That's really good to know. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Tierra giggles a lot during.
During?
When they're
Okay,
having
yeah, you
sex.
don't. Lorna just kind of blinks. Why giggles?
Skolna shrugs.
Is he ticklish?
Skolna shrugs again.
Maybe he's just having a really good time. Was that like an accident that you overheard that, or?
She nods.
Okay. Did you ever name the mouse?
She nods.
Can I know what it is?
Swisky.
That's a great name. Are you gonna let him loose on the tram while we're on it?
She nods.
Just to hear what you hear?
I use him every night.
Oh. Well, that makes sense for like watches and stuff, but there's gonna be a lot of people on this tram, so I'm sure you'll hear tons of information.
She nods again, and she says, if I tell him to go sit in a place, I can listen. Through him. It's helped me hear things approaching.
I'm really glad that you've gotten a lot of use out of him so far. I thought he'd be perfect for you.
She nods. Again, which is, as much of an information as you're going to
her
get out of
MO.
Skoma. Yeah.
Yes. Lorna's very pleased that she has been using her little mouse and has heard some useful, some less useful information so far.
I've caught thieves trying to sneak up on us a number of times.
Those motherfuckers. What do you do with them? When do you catch them?
She raises an eyebrow, and then she says, dissuade them.
I'm sure it works every time.
She nods. I've only had to kill one.
They couldn't be persuaded otherwise.
She nods.
Well, that sounds like that was the bed they chose to lay in.
River.
For a second, I was like, his name was River, but then I realized that he was pushed into the river, like Alexios the first time. Or third time.
She nods again.
So when we get into the car, the sleeper car that's ours, I have something I want to share with you specifically, but the whole party should know. I've been working on some spells for our trip to Malachor.
Okay.
And I have some ideas. So, when I realized the spell that I was making, which I stand by, I think it's going to be fun to play with when we encounter a spellcaster. You said he doesn't need to say anything, and that made me realize that this spell wasn't going to be enough. So since then, I've been working on a couple spells in tandem to kind of make a fail-safe. So I'm gonna lay it all out when we're in the sleeper car, and I'm gonna run the plan by you that I've come up with, and I want you to help me find holes in it, or improve it, make it flawless as much as possible. I'm gonna get everybody's input, but yours is the most important because you know what we're dealing with.
She nods.
But I put something together that I'm pretty excited about, so I'm excited to present it to you. I've got pictures.
Have you heard of a Book of Nod?
Has Lorna?
Roll a history check.
Probably 27.
Yeah. During your research, particularly when you were trying to learn about vampires in the past, you came across the Book of Nod. In title, you've not actually found the book itself, but you're aware that the Book of Nod is sort of a guide book or a code book, but specifically for vampires.
I remember that actually cropped up when we were first researching Carcerix in the Arcanium. So
Mhm.
yes, you're right. She's definitely heard of the Book of Nod. We didn't find the copy of it, but Laura knows it. So Laura says, yes, I remember reading about it.
I remember hearing that it has the weaknesses of all vampires hidden away in it.
Uh-huh.
Because if you cut a vampire's head off or drive wood through its heart, yeah, you've dealt with it. But there's more than that. And the Book of Nod is said to have the secrets of the weaknesses of every vampire. And how to tell who they are, what kind they are.
Mm-hmm. We have a pretty good educated guess on what kind this one specifically is, but I don't know if we know so much weaknesses as kind of general strengths.
Well, yeah. I just mean, if we could find that book, or one of them.
Well, we are going to Malachor, and our whole plan was to take at least a day to set up. We could try to find a vampire sympathetic to our motives.
Okay.
But I don't know how Malachor works.
I was thinking of, do you remember when we were at the Arcanium? And, well, I wasn't there, but you told me about Hushen.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled a book out of nothing.
Yes, he did.
Do you think he could pull that book?
I could ask.
Would he? I know you said that you wanted to befriend him, I guess.
Befriend may be a little optimistic. I would like him to not have a personal vendetta against me, which I'm going to kind of apologize for some stuff. So if it goes well, he may be amenable to it. I mean, his function at the Arcanium as the Archivist, I feel like he probably takes that seriously. And if maybe anybody else asked, he still has a problem with me, he would probably provide that information for them.
Do you think I should ask?
I don't think it could hurt.
All right.
Does Lorna know about the preventative measures of accessing the information in the Book of Nod from her research?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll see how my talk with him goes.
Skolna nods.
It might even end up being while we're on the tram. I'll send him a message saying I want to talk, and I was assured that he could appear in my dream if he wanted to. So it might happen sooner rather than later that I speak to him before we even get there.
Can he hurt you in your dream?
Well, the master went in one of my dreams more than once, and when I particularly upset her, she did do some damage. But she didn't kill me. I don't know if... I mean, he probably could. But I do have a pact with his boss. I don't think he can directly hurt me.
Okay, just be careful.
I will be, I promise. The whole point is to apologize. Unless I say something particularly stupid, I should be going in the opposite direction of offending him, I think.
Okay, then it might be best if I ask about the book, so that it doesn't seem as though you're apologizing to ask him for something.
I think that's probably a good idea. That makes perfect sense to me.
think he's going to accept your apology?
I think if he felt touched or convinced, I don't think he would show it. Or he would try very hard not to show it, because of course that's a weakness, and devils like him can't show weakness or sentimentality or anything like that. The only way I would know if he accepted my apology is if he... You know, I guess I don't really know 100% if I would know if he accepted it or not. I guess I just have to hope I can tell. Or if he would just be blatant enough to say, accepted.
How well do you know him?
I don't know him very well. Lily and him go way back.
Do you think she
Couple
could
hundred
read?
years. I could ask her to pay attention.
While you're asleep? Can she see your
she?
dreams?
She and I have shared some sleeping activities.
Skolna cringes a little bit.
Dreams! Skolna, dreams. Or at least sleeping states. I don't really know what the difference between us sharing kind of like a temporal space and a dream is. But before I go to bed, I'll ask her to try to pay attention while I'm asleep and see if that matters.
Okay. I just want to know if we are on good footing or not when we go to talk to him in person.
If I think that we're on bad footing, I might just not go in to the Darkanium part.
We need to teleport.
Well, sure, but the teleportation area and the library itself are different.
You think he is only in the one section?
He can't hurt me directly.
Okay.
I've been made assured of that. So if I don't stick my head in his library, I think that might be beneficial. I don't think things went well, but I think I can use his teleportation service without him directly stabbing me in the back. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
My whole point in apologizing to him is, one, to soothe my guilty conscience, and two, so that if he has any warlocks, they don't try to kill me, because that's the indirect way he could hurt me. So if he's still mad at me, and he did posture the last time we were in Augur City about having a bit of a bad vibe toward me, that he may send a warlock or two after me. Depends on how vindictive he is.
You
I
already
know.
have a bunch of people trying to kill you.
I know, that's why I'm trying to solve this problem amicably. And I didn't know... Listen, I totally get what you're saying. Like, I am aware of the problem here.
She nods.
It's nuanced. I'm going to apologize and say I didn't understand what I was doing when I made that pact with your boss. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Well, I did at the time, but I didn't understand why I did what I did. That's the whole point. That's why I want to talk to him. Hopefully he just says, yes, a stupid mortal, which is, she kind of gestures to herself.
Are you calling yourself stupid?
I have made unwise decisions in the past.
You've also done brilliant things.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep trying to do brilliant things. Like I said, these spells I've got cooking for this whole thing in Malachor, I'm excited to show you.
You're the only wizard I've ever heard of that's won over Luminos.
What do you mean? Luminos generally doesn't vibe with wizards?
She doesn't dabble.
She just prefers her clerics, and I'm assuming probably druids.
Skolna shrugs and says, From what I know, from what I've heard from Vale, is that Luminos is... She separates herself.
Well, I guess then I'm honored to have proven myself worthy of that, I suppose.
Yeah. Skona just, like, turns and looks around the concessions, and then she points. And you see that she's pointing at what looks like a trinket shop. Except the walls are lined with all sorts of little gadgets. And there's this one shelf in the middle that has a model of the Silver Express. And riding atop of it is an enormous stuffed, like, shape of a guy with a hat that he's holding on with one hand.
Does it say, like, Silver Tram Express on it or something?
It says Silver Express, like,
Aha!
script on the hat.
Lorna just says, I want it.
Skull just gives you a shove.
Yeah. How big is enormous?
I mean, it reaches your waist. It's big.
Yeah.
It's like 3 feet tall.
She's gonna go buy it.
Okay. For 8 silver, you can own an enormous plushy engineer.
Thank you. I'm gonna give it to Summit when he hatches.
You see it has all sorts of little details, like the overalls that it's wearing. In the pocket has like a little cigar that seems to come out. There is a bunch of like tools on its belt, and each tool is in an individual plushie.
Oh, I love it.
It's a very
that quality plushie.
Yes. It seems like it was very well made. As soon as you've bought it and you leave the concessions, you see the halfling little shopkeeper come out and put another one on top of the tram.
Lorna, like, just comes skipping back to the group, holding this thing that's almost as big as she is.
Yeah. You do notice it has long, little pointy ears. It might be a full-size halfling engineer.
Oh, squeeze. Life size.
As you come back, Norre says, "All right, that's fucking adorable."
I'm so happy.
You know, we're not gonna have like problems about bedroom, right? Like I take priority over that.
It's like that meme, and it's like, yes, my girlfriend and the 8-foot-tall teddy bear she bought at the fair. Like, that's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lorna spends all her time cuddling this fucking conductor.
Okay.
Lorna just says, there will be an arrangement.
You can, if you'd like, find food for concession here.
Sure.
Okay.
I have a nice little stint in the tram station.
Yeah.
They act like normal people for like 2 hours.
For the low cost of 4 silver, you can feed your entire party flatbread, which seems to be the main dish that is served here in the Shona station. Flatbread covered in like meats and cheese of all sorts.
Oh my god, yum.
As you get yourselves and your party some food. You roll. Every member of your party gains 6 temporary hit points.
Nice.
It's something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go ahead and just make a note of that. Okay. Then, as time has slowly kind of passed by, eventually it is time to board the tram.
Woo!
The tram, the Silver Express, dedicated to Augur City, pulls into the station. And the conductor announces it in that annoying, obnoxious voice. Skolna, like, stares daggers at him, but your party all slowly climb aboard. the Silver
No
Express.
need to commit another murder in a tram station.
Especially one
Not
that
getting
you know.
rewarded for this one.
Yep. All right. As your party climbs aboard, and the tram, after like a good 45 minutes of everyone getting on and getting situated. So the way the tram is like situated is the passenger car is directly, like, there are a number of passenger and luxury cars that run down the tram. The sections that you and your party are basically allotted to is passenger car 3 and sleeper car 3.
Mm-hmm.
They are connected to each other, and there are a number of cars down the line. As you, Burke, Tier, Lilith, Skolna, Anscombe, Norre, and Irvine all climb aboard, lots of people are like looking at this adventuring party that have a stone dog with a stone panther with you, as well as, you know, just like the amount of gear that you have. You've announced all your things, so the conductors and
For the most part.
yeah, they don't stop you, but they definitely like notice like you are clocked. This is a significant group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me go ahead and shift the scene. As the Silver Express pulls its way out of Shona, it's a little exciting to be on this tram.
Yeah.
You're finally underway, heading towards Augur City, and you're supposed to make it there in 3 days. You're supposed to arrive in Augur City around noon 3 days from now, on a Saturday. As the tram is remarkably smooth, is the only way to describe it. Lorna might have ridden a tram before, but your party is like no one else has, and everyone is like this kind of feeling of vertigo almost as the tram begins to suddenly like move forward smoothly, and the only sounds are the like the sounds of stone on stone as the earth slab scrapes against the stone rails that the tram glides between. It almost sounds like if you can imagine like the sound of curling, like the stone on ice, that's literally what it sounds like every so often. Though most of the time, the tram's just going straight, and it's pretty quiet. You just hear the wind passing by outside. The first few minutes of the voyage, as you leave Shona, and it just departs behind you, and the tram is gliding straight southwards. Your party's like staring out the windows, and Anscombe says, "This is amazing."
I know. I'm having a great time. This is going to be the nicest 3 days we've had in a long time.
Don't jinx it.
Is there wood nearby?
Yeah, like the passenger car has lots of like wooden
She'll
tables.
knock on it.
Skolna says, as she like leans back in the passenger seat, she just says, "If I was looking to gank someone, this would be a pretty cramped place to do it. Nowhere to
Right?
go."
Like, exactly.
Depends.
Murder on the Silver Express. I should write a book.
I'd read it. Unless it's about you, then don't write that.
No, of course, I'd be doing the murdering.
Oh, of course.
That's not as reassuring as I thought I was going to sound. So are they in their personal car, or are they?
No,
like,
so you're in a
amongst
passenger car.
others?
So if you want to go have a private conversation with your party, you can separate and go into the luxury car.
She would encourage everybody to join her in
Okay.
the car.
So Burke like looks at you and he says, "I understand if you need a private conversation."
It's really not anything that you haven't heard already.
That doesn't really answer the question of should I follow.
If you want to, you can.
Burke comes along. So as you move into the sleeper car, you see that the sleeper car has a number. It's like the passenger car is just a hall, like runs down the middle of all these seats, and it's comfortable, but it's it's aesthetic. There's not a whole lot going on. In the luxury car, the sleeper car, immediately you open the door and you see that there is like a hallway that runs down one side, and it has all these doors that lead to the individual sleeper cabins. And your ticket, the tickets of you and your party, look like they allot you to sleeper rooms 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you make your way down. You see the first one's just marked 1 in a big brass plaque, and then the next one says 2, and you're aware that your ticket works for that door. And as you approach it, that ticket, like the gold plating on it, looks like it would fit on the plaque.
Ooh. Ritzy.
Yeah,
She'll
fancy.
use it.
Yeah, you slide the ticket in, and the plaque accepts it, and the door whoosh, just like magically, you immediately recognize some sort of like conjuration magic that the door just slips away into, and you see it's a pretty cramped. Like, it'd be very comfortable to sit down in, but there is like a bench that's a pretty wide bottom bench on both sides of this car, and nice like blue carpet on the floor, and a window that points out to the eastern side. So you're looking out towards like high mountains and desert, passing quickly as the tram is gliding along. It's a pretty tight space. 4 people can sit comfortably. More than that, it's going to be a cramped fit.
Gotcha. Well, we're just talking.
Yeah.
For the,
so you can all pile
moment.
in, basically. Like,
wedge each other in like sardines.
Yeah. As your group kind of like just does their best to fit in this tight little car. Let me go ahead and change the grid size a little bit. Whoa, everything moved. All right, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So your party is just crammed in this tight little space.
Is there a place that Lorna could lay out some papers?
There is like a table that looks like it folds up from underneath the booths, like a bench table, basically. So you kind of have to like move your feet, and then
she makes it even
up.
more cramped as she like lays at the table, because she's got the spells written out. She's got like charts, diagrams, calculations. Like, she's got like all of her work, basically. She's like giddy, like she would have been for her tutors when she was going to give a presentation, because she is a nerd and she enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, and
she did not dread a presentation day.
In this tightly cramped space, the little table that kind of stretches in between the booths is up, and you have all these parchments and scrolls laid out. And as everyone's like crammed in this little sleeper car, Anscombe says, "You know, this is the first time I've ever felt too tall to be in a place."
Won't be the last. Are you ready, Nightingales, to comprehend my plan?
Well, how can anyone say no after that sort of introduction?
She pressed these little sparks. Okay, so I have been working on a couple spells to work in tandem for our little vampire problem in Malachor. Important note, I want you guys to chime in, well, not during the presentation, but afterwards, if you see plot holes or issues, things that you want to account for that maybe I haven't. I want to make this airtight. As much as I know there's always going to be factors we can't consider or can't expect, fine. But if you see something that I've missed, let me know. Let's try to account for it, because it'd be great if this went smoothly. The more we plan, like we did for the Hydra, the smoother I think it's going to go. It's going to give us more of a chance to make this work. Does everyone understand?
Your whole group just kind of nods along. Tyr says, "All right, you're taking this pretty seriously. I'm ready to hear it out."
Of course I am. This is for Skolna. She adjusts her robes, and she launches into her plan. So, ever since realizing that lip luck will not be enough, I have found and learned 3 new spells just for this occasion. And I have figured a way to make them all interlock in such a way that will give us the best bet to fight Carcerix. When we get there into Malachor, one of the most important things that we're going to do is we're going to find the son of a bitch, and we're going to figure out what his typical movements are when he's alone, where he's going to go. We're going to map that out, and we're going to select a location that is away from the public, preferably an abandoned house, a warehouse, an alleyway that we could get just far enough away. Maybe we can pay off some guards. We're just going to have to find a secure location that we know, using Skalna, we can lure Carcerix so that we can deal with him as swiftly as possible without anybody else, any of his entourage, any well-meaning citizen that doesn't know what's going on and saying, oh, this guy's getting jumped. We're trying to eliminate outside interference. So, after that after we select that location, this is where my magic comes into play. First and foremost, I have learned Glyph of Warding. And how it works is that I can make Carcerix's presence as the trigger within the chosen place of this ambush. When I cast it, I make it a spell glyph, and that means when the Glyph of Warding is triggered, it casts a spell that I have already preloaded into it. And in this case, that will be this new spell I've also learned called Magic Circle. So, Magic Circle is instantaneously cast when the Glyph of Warding is triggered, and its specification is going to be to affect the creature within this magic circle. It can be either within the circle or without the circle. The idea is he steps on the glyph, the circle is cast, he is within the circle, ergo, all of the magic circle's effects happen within it, on him, not on anyone else.
Anscombe raises his hand.
Yes.
Do you have to concentrate on all that?
No, well, see, hold on. That's why it's questions at the end, Anscombe.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, okay. So, the following effects take place when Magic Circle is instantaneously cast. 1. The creature can't leave the circle by non-magical means. If the creature tries to use teleportation or interplanar travel to do so, it must first succeed on a charisma saving throw. That's technical jargon. And I see that hands are going to be raised. Yes, this is a charisma vampire likely, so he will have a good charisma save. I have accounted for that. Please save your questions for the end. The second effect that this magic circle will have is the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets outside the cylinder. Therefore, if he is in the circle and we are out, he can't leave it to attack in melee. So if we stay outside the perimeters of the magic circle, every attack he does at range will be at disadvantage against us. Great. Next effect. Targets outside the cylinder can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by the creature within. That is what I'm most worried about in fighting Carcerix, because as Skolna has mentioned, he's a charming bitch, even if he's a piece of shit. He can just do that. He doesn't even need to speak to do that, which was the whole... I made the lip log for that whole purpose, but apparently that doesn't matter, so... Yeah, so... I still have more, so don't worry. After the Glyph of Warding and the Magic Circle are cast in tandem in preparation for this ambush, I will then prep that exact same area with my third spell that I learned just for this occasion, and it is called Private Sanctuary, which has a duration of 24 hours. So we're going to want to do this when we know we are going to jump him. Otherwise, if another whole day passes, that spell's not going to be in existence anymore, and it is actually
Nora
accounting for some of my...
start to raise her hand and then lowers her hand again.
At the end. So if too much time passes, the Glyph of Warding will stay until it's triggered, but the Private Sanctuary will end. So we want to make sure it's within 24 hours. Anyways, it lasts for 24 hours. She points at Anscombe. It is not concentration. The area it affects is a cube that can be as small as 5 feet to as large as 100 feet on each side. The radius that I'm going to set it at is going to be the exact 10-foot radius of the magic circle. So it is going to be the exact area that the magic circle pops out of. Therefore, whatever happens for the private sanctum won't affect us on the outside of the magic circle. And I will set these specifications for the private sanctum upon casting, which will be 1, sound can't pass through the barrier at the edge of the worded area. So if he says anything within it, we will not be able to hear him, which could affect spells or his charming abilities. I know he can charm with just his presence alone, but hopefully the magic circle takes care of that. The second bit is nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area, which would nullify his ability to make charisma saving throws to get out of the magic circle, which likely he could potentially succeed in because he's so charismatic. So that would negate that whole process. And third, planar travel is blocked within the area. So if he has a spell or anything like inherent in him, maybe he's a caster. She kind of looks at Skolna. Is he known to use magic beyond his vampire charisma? Do you have any idea?
Skolna, she thinks about it. Eventually, she shakes her head.
You're not certain? You don't know? You do know?
I don't think so. I don't remember that.
Okay. Even better. If he's just a martial fighter, if he has any martial prowess at all, he might have like an inherent misty step, or some other vampire-y or racial ability that could let him teleport. This would nullify that completely. So he would not be able to get out of the space.
He uses a rapier a lot.
Well, that's fantastic. If he's trapped in there, he won't even be able to use it as long as we stay out of his range. In summation, that is all to say, the spot will be prepped in advance for the exact moment that Skolna lures Carcerix into the chosen secondary location, with the above spells prepped the day in advance within 24 hours of the planned ambush. If all goes off without a hitch, Carcerix will enter the space of the glyph, which will trigger the magic circle that should then contain him, as it is specified not to let undead creatures out. This area will also be treated with Private Sanctum that will prevent sound, so that he can't perform anything that may affect us outside of that radius. With a verbal component, he cannot use any planar or teleportation magic, which could potentially get him out of the magic circle via charisma saving throw if the area had not been treated with Private Sanctum. Carcerix would thusly be trapped with limited spell casting means unless he can cast spells without verbal components, no ability to speak to us, no ability to escape via teleporting or planar means, no ability to possess or charm any creatures which he is trapped within the circle while he is trapped within the circle, and disadvantage on all attacks on the party outside the circle. She takes a deep breath. The only thing that I can think of that will cause this plan to fail is if we can't get him to walk on the spot where I cast all of this magic. And I know that's a big what if. That's a big thing that everything hinges on, is getting him into this spot. So I'm open to suggestions.
Your whole party is a little stunned for a moment. Eventually, Nore says, I also have Private Sanctum.
Okay.
I learned it.
That's good to know.
I learned it a couple nights ago. It is a contingency, I suppose, if yours doesn't work. I noticed there's going to be a moment of time where, depending on how quick he is off the draw, when he steps on this glyph, if we can get him to step on the glyph, does he have to step on it or just be near it?
He has to step on it. The trigger, as soon as he enters the glyph, is... Well, I can set the trigger, is the important thing. And my plan was to set it to his presence. And the important thing about it being his presence is that the Private Sanctum and the magic circle will appear in that specific area where the glyph is. So if it triggered before then, he wouldn't be within the circle.
How... Skolna, you know this guy. How quick is he? Skolna just looks up at him and says, quick. So, if just playing, with the odds here, if he steps on this glyph and the circle goes up, he could get out of it if he's quick enough on the draw, and he beats Nore and you, and he succeeds the charisma save.
So, hold on. It is, as soon as he triggers it, it is an instantaneous casting.
Sure.
I do not think he could outrun it.
Okay, I'm not talking about the magic circle. He might be able to get out of the magic circle somehow, with like a teleport or something.
He couldn't, because that same area would be treated with Private Sanctuary, which would not allow for any teleportation.
That's my question. Do you have to cast Private Sanctum separate? or is that part of the glyph?
I'm casting it in advance. Sorry. None of these spells are concentration, if that's what you're worried about. They
No.
will all be ready.
That's not
go.
what I'm... Okay, so let's say let me just understand. We've got this alleyway, or whatever, that we're using as an ambush.
It's an alleyway.
We know it's on his route, or near it, that we can lure him into, somehow. You are casting the glyph in this alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
The glyph creates the magic circle.
The magic circle is imbued when the glyph is cast, so that it will go up the moment the glyph is triggered.
I understand that. There's no wait.
Okay.
My question is, the private sanctum, you have to cast that after he stepped on the glyph?
No. It will be set when I set the glyph of warding. It lasts 24 hours.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So there will be... The only reason I think I might need to rely on Nore is if... I'm actually... I think it's great that you know Private Sanctuary as well, Nore, and the only reason that you would cast it over me, I think, in this instance, would be to preserve the spell slot for me. However, if we're doing it well in advance, I'll have enough time to sleep and get my spell slots back. So if I do this all preemptively and expend a whole bunch of magic, it'll be like my 5th level spell and some 4th level spells.
What if he can see
it? Valid question. I don't know.
Okay.
So, Skolna says that he is not a magic caster, or at least that's not his primary function. He's not like a sorcerer. He's not like a wizard. He's probably not a bard. Unless there was something about his vampiric nature, and I'm not certain about that. I don't know a lot about vampires. I can see magic because of my pact. Or I could, and then I switched it over to my staff. So a magic item could allow him to see these things. A spell, if he was smart enough to have it on standby, would allow him to see these things. I don't know. In that case, I would hope that if there was a moment where we noticed him falter, like if we noticed that he saw something was amiss in that specific spot, like he might have registered there was a glyph there, you know, everything would hinge on us getting him into that circle. By violence, by force, by dragging him in, pushing him in. Everybody else, if you drag, like say Anscombe just pushes or shoves or pulls him into the circle and goes in with him, it's set to not allow undead out. He could not leave it once it was triggered, but any of us could.
Walk out.
Yes. Requiem is the only one who wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, let's not do that. Let's not leave Requiem.
Exactly. So Requiem would not be in the circle with him, but all of us could leave it. Worst case scenario, we have to force him in. Why I don't want that to happen is I don't want anyone in close proximity to him to be charmed by him. Or to take an injury from him if he had a chance to do that before you could leave the magic circle. But that is hopefully something we could do if he notices that the glyph is on the ground.
When he mind controlled me, when he took over everything, I was told that was vampiric in nature, but it might not have been.
As in, instead of it being from his vampirism, it could have been an innate spellcasting in him from something else.
Skolna nods. He might be a sorcerer. I never saw him use magic, but that doesn't mean
he's probably never had to rely on it. So,
I have seen him duel someone, a mortal, and make a fool of them. I don't know if he did it with magic or just with the rapier and skill.
It was probably a mixture of both. What I'm worried about is him seeing the glyph before he steps on it, which we could compensate for by just sheer forcing him into that spot. What I worry about in that scenario, having already worried about him seeing it in the first place if he sees it and we push him in, people having to get so close to him that he is able to use either his inherent magic or his vampirism to charm us to stop fighting him. The whole idea is if he is in that circle, he cannot charm us. So a big part of how he operates will be nullified.
I can counter charm as well.
That's true. Oh, you saved us with that nymph, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It's not foolproof, but it will help.
True. We'll keep that on standby. I also purchased at the Grove some edibles for all of us, gummy bears, if you will, that give us advantage on charming effects. So we will, of course, be fortified ahead of time to work against any potential for him to be able to charm us before we get him into that circle. It's not foolproof, but it's something.
I feel like I'm the only one that's got this question in mind, but I'm just going to ask it.
Please do.
What if he's not alone?
That's entirely possible. The hope is if we map out his standard practice that we will find a moment or a time during the day where he tends to be alone. Skulna hasn't seen him in a while, but she does remember that he liked to take walks by himself at certain times of the day. That may have changed. That's why we're going and plotting in advance to register his movements. If he isn't alone and there's just nothing we can do about it, hopefully that person is also undead, because if they get into the circle as well or are with them when it's triggered, they will not be able to leave.
All right. And just, playing with the worst that could happen. He's never alone, and the people that are with him are not undead, but they're powerful.
It just comes down to us being better than them in a fight. But if they aren't him, what I'm worried about for Carcerix right now is, one, his ability to seemingly charm without even having to lift a finger, without having to speak. His presence alone seems to be charming if he wants it to be. That could stop us all in our tracks from even dealing with him. The other thing I'm worried about is him running away, which hopefully the magic circle nullifies. If he realizes that we've prepped well in advance for this and we have a real shot of killing him, I'm worried that coward will try to save himself instead of fight. Anything else he has, if he has mortals with him, they won't have his ability, presumably, to charm us the way that he is and could. So if it's a matter of fighting them outside the circle, fine. We'll kill them. We'll kick their ass if they're helping him.
I'll be on reaction. If I see he starts to get squirrely when he's getting close to the glyph, I'll be paying attention. If it seems as though he's about to do a somatic or something to teleport away, I'll be on counterspell. If that's not the angle it looks like he's taken, I'll be on counter charm. I'll be doing my best to just read it. My question is, is there a way we can make me invisible for that? So I can be in range?
Yes, I can. So since all of that magic is not concentration and I can prep it in advance, I can cast greater invisibility on someone.
That'll be good. If I'm there and I'm invisible, I can safely be close enough to react without any risk of, being
giving
charmed.
Up the ghost.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless he has something that lets him see magic. Well,
I said,
detect magic doesn't see invisibility.
Doesn't, unless he had true sight, or some other item that made him able to see invisible things. There are just things for this we can't plan for. We could only do what we can plan for and hope that we could react fast enough.
I do have a question, one that comes to mind. This is happening in the middle of Malachor, the capital city of Nosfidonia.
Mm-hmm.
What about the guards?
I did mention at the beginning of the presentation we might be able to pay some guards off. Or at least say, hey, can you just not go to this area of town for 10 minutes?
I mean, I know you said that, But I feel like that sort of hand wave is not quite enough to justify... Well, okay. Let's plan on bribing the guards for more money than we actually might need to.
Mhm.
And
Budget
we need...
for it.
Right. But we also need a contingency in case they don't like being bribed and one of us gets locked up. Which of us is the most expendable? Like, which of us is the most... I'm sorry, least detrimental that we get locked up for this plan?
For this specific plan.
It might be me.
You are very charming.
I have my ways, aye.
And you've been involved with crime before, Mr. Pirate.
I didn't need the reminder. But it's true. I know my way around a crooked cop. So, supposing that the guards are bribable, and if they're not, well, okay. If they're not bribable, and I do end up locked up, I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to pay my way out after all said and done, because it's just a bribery offense. However, I'm the one who can cast Revivify. And if I'm in jail, that means that if one of you gets got, I can't Revivify you.
True. However, if I have Jack of Blades on, and I'm not the one that goes down, I can gentle repose, and we can revive them after you're out.
That'll do. That'll do.
So, we're not fucked. Also, she looks
I
at...
can Revivify
yes.
if you give me a
Excellent.
diamond.
So we should probably not have the diamond on Tierra when he goes to talk to the cops. Just in case.
Good thought. Good point. Okay, then I'm satisfied with that. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of impressed at how much thought you put into this.
This is for Skolna. I'm going to do everything in my power to make this work.
What do you think of that? And he, like, nudges Skolna, who's, like, crammed up next to him. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Really good. 26. I'll Vicar Boon if I have to. I care about Skolna's feelings.
She looks like she's hiding it well, but she's emotional. It seems like she seems touched that you have gone to this much effort. And she didn't realize how much effort you'd gone to.
Like, Lorna had been kind of, like, privately, like, working away at spells ever since Skolna, like, told her specifically that Karstvik's enchanted her without seemingly verbal components or an effort. She knew this was going to be dangerous.
Yeah, Skolna just says, I think this is a good plan.
Great. There are gaps in it. We've talked about them. We've acknowledged them. We'll try to plan around them. We'll try to be ready. The important thing is figuring out his pattern, finding a place to do it, and getting him there.
Another note. We should, the first order before we get to Malachor, maybe stop in Ogre City, because we're heading there right now. He looks like out the window as he says that.
Good job, Tier.
We should stop and get clothes that are, you know...
Malachorian?
Notion, but also, like... People notice us walking around in full armor. Sure. It might be best if we are in, like, you know, proper finery so we blend into the Malachor upper elite, because I'm going to gamble that this guy does not spend his time in the slums or the middle class. Mm-hmm. I'm going to assume he's in the upper districts.
The areas he's going to be seen.
Right, so we're going to need to spend a little bit of coin to buy disguises.
Notion nobles. Okay, we can do that. I mean, I spent quite a bit on that legend lore.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming...
I have a little coin.
Group fund.
Sure. I have a little coin. And, I mean, I'm sure we're all going to look just dashing in ruffles.
Yeah. I think we're all going to make great Notion nobles.
Well, I don't have any questions any further.
Great.
I know this might not
actually
be.
work.
I know this might be about vengeance, or it might not. I can't tell.
It's about justice.
Skolna nods as you say that, and Lilith looks between the two of you. Justice is something I can get behind. I mean, I already agreed to do this with you, but it feels like we'll have Tyrus with us.
It's righteous.
And it turns out I'm really, really good at doing a lot of damage to undead.
Lorna just claps. Yes, Paladin. Go off.
This is new, but I'm excited about it.
This is going to be well deserved.
You, with that 26 insight, you catch Skolna wipe her eyes very discreetly. She doesn't
Lorna
say anything.
Won't draw any attention to it.
Your party all seems pleased with the plan, and with the confidence that you have arranged this plan, well, your party kind of just settles in. Anscombe, gives you a bracing rub at the base of your neck. Good job.
Thanks. I've been working on it for a while. I didn't want to, talk about it early because I didn't want to be wrong about something. I wanted to make sure I had the spells, so I wasn't hyping stuff up that I couldn't accomplish. But it recently all kind of clicked together. And I think this will work.
I think this is our best chance to kill a very powerful vampire on his own turf.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll just leave.
Just as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Nori says, I got seeming. Seeming? I can cast seeming?
Oh! Lorna, kind of puts a hand to her head. Oh, I misheard you.
Tierra, raises an eyebrow at you and says, you heard what you wanted to hear.
She just puts a finger up to Tierra and looks at Nori. And sorry, what is the idea for seeming?
Well, if I can cast semen as soon as we're done with this, I can make us look like nothing, like nobody that has a fight. Or
just walk away.
Just all common folk.
Mm-hmm.
Make us all appear as if we belong, but are completely different people than the ones that just ganked a noble. Make our way to the Arcanium and get out.
That's fantastic. I think that's going to be really clutch.
I'll try and save that spell slot, but...
Mm-hmm. If you can't, I understand. If it's pivotal for the fight, fine. That would be great.
She nods. I didn't think these spells would be quite so... well, useful when I read about them, but I figured, hey, that might be fun. Make us all look like cows or something. And now...
yeah, imagine.
I could just make us all look like a pack of dogs.
Or cats.
Or cats.
And less noticeable prowling around alleys, I think.
Probably. Anyway. I'm hungry. All this planning
All right,
has
guys,
gotten
we have
us...
3 days.
And
Enjoy
says,
yourselves. Stay out of trouble.
3 days on a tram for all the hobnobs and wiggywigs that are making their way back and forth between Augur and Shona.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone want to play cards? And your party all kind of disseminate. The tension of this plan at the beginning when you were like, I have this whole thing, everyone was like very much locked in and listening. But as the plan is explained and everyone takes it in, the tension is gone, and there is a confidence that it's clear at least somebody has thought this out. One moment, please. Yeah, go ahead and roll me just a general insight check.
Sure. 30.
30.
Really good.
Every single one of your party seems impressed at the work you've done, and every single one of your party seems almost pumped to have a plan come together and work as well or better than the one first did in Augur City.
I guess we're really good at taking people out.
There is
Assassin
also
squad.
it's a sense of like protectiveness around Skolna. Because it is clear to you, Lilith, Norre, even, well, definitely not Burke, but even Anscombe weren't entirely dialed in on what happened. And when Skolna said that she had been mind controlled, it really became clear to all of them how important to Skolna it was. So, with that done, with the plan briefed to everyone, and the journey aboard the Silver Express basically only just beginning, that is where we're going to call tonight's session.
Can I send a sending real quick?
Oh, of course. Yes, go ahead.
I have it written right here. I will send it to you. It reads as follows. I just came up with it. I'm sorry.
All right.
It goes, Hushen, this is Adora's latest vessel. I would like a word with you if you're amenable. If you are, let me know when we can talk. I figured if I said, it's Lorna, he'd be like, who?
Gotcha. Okay. You hear almost immediately. I am familiar. If this is a provocation, it is unwise. I am always available at an Arcanium.
She'll probably, I'll do it next time, but she'll send another message being like, I want to talk outside an Arcanium.
You can do it now if you want, or do you want to think about what you're going to say?
I want to think about what I'm going to say.
Okay. Then in that case, as we come to the end of the session, your journey aboard the tram is basically an hour in. You have sent a message to Hushen, and you have given your party the rundown as to how things are going to go.
The Carcerix problem.
The Carcerix problem. That's the wrong song. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you for playing through tonight. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Penn, hi Emily,
Hello.
hi Sleepy, hi class, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.